old and too late we get smart.
Yep,
you're right, Grandma.
Turn the brightness up on this. I'm gonna get Tim in here too. Yeah, buddy.
All right, cool. All right, guys, hold on. Let me just do one thing.
This camera is like getting us like really like dark.
Yeah, because the lights are
The light
behind us.
behind
We
us.
did that way probably better.
Yeah.
It's actually better than mine.
Mhm.
Hey. All right, man. Cool. Good to see you guys. So what would be the most important thing? Like what's the hardest parts about your jobs right now?
Hardest part right now is getting that discipline into the sales team. Like
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. It's just like the people that are coming in that are listening to us, they're minting it. But the people that are not listening, I don't know, they just don't want to listen, and then their results are not working, and then they get unmotivated. And I'm like, of course the results are going to work. You're not here.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then are you guys trying to distinguish between like, is this person worth, just firing, or are you like, no, they're good, but
No, the bulk of the team here is fantastic. I don't think there's
Okay.
anybody that needs to be fired. I think it's
yeah.
setting the standard, because of course, being a new company, you grow very quickly, things change all of a sudden, and then
Yeah.
it's very hard to go from a relaxed way to a very structured way very quickly.
So we're
Yeah.
taking a hard look. We're taking a hard look at our systems and just trying to fine tune them, trying to get them in a place where we can be consistent and set the expectations so that everybody understands. Okay, this is the new culture. This is what we do. And that's literally where we're at. We're like right in the middle of that.
Okay. So with that, you would say for you, Tim, like that's probably the harder part about your job too, is to like more like make it more of a systemized kind of approach that everyone understands and they're all on the same page.
Yeah, is
Okay.
building the structure.
Okay. So it's culture, right?
Yeah, it's a cultural thing.
It's culture, yeah. Yeah. So you guys know the definition of the word culture?
No, but I feel like you're gonna tell.
Enlighten us.
Well, do you guys know? I don't know. I don't know if you know it. I don't remember it, to be honest. So I need to look it up. So like the biggest problem is culture. So like this is what Grant does. It's just like, okay, let's actually look up the word first.
Yeah.
Some people don't like this. They're like, right, but just give me the answer. It's like, okay, but like you need
No,
to know
we
what
gotta
it means.
do this.
Yeah. Okay. So culture, the arts, and then you got to look for the right one, right?
Yeah.
No, customs, arts, social situations, and achievements. Okay.
The attitude and behavior characteristic of a particular social group. That's probably the most relevant.
Yeah. Okay. So social institutions. So like these two, right?
Yeah.
It's the customs. The customs. So like, here's an example of so the customs. Are you guys taking notes?
Yeah, we are.
You have a pen and a note
Yeah.
and a notepad handy? Okay.
Got it.
So you have to have, if you don't have always, you have nevers.
Yeah.
So you have to have your always, and you also have to have your nevers. So here's an example of, so we printed this out to post up. Where is it? So this is just like our rules in our company, and we just make it very, very clear.
The never list.
The never list.
Yeah.
So like if I ever hear someone saying like, oh man, it's the customer's fault, man, they were just tough, like they're gonna get written up.
Yeah.
Like if here's another one. You guys want to write this down, number 5?
Never spread
Okay.
negativity.
Okay.
Good one.
Negativity up. So write this down, negativity up, never down or sideways. Okay. So if Tim, if you're, and Raheem, did you watch the video that I sent you?
Yeah. I'm still
Corey?
making my way through. I'm about 30 minutes through.
Okay. Did he cover, because I think he covered that part. I don't know did you see that part yet?
I think I missed it. I'm
Okay.
still going through it. I just
Okay.
watching it, and then these guys asked me to help them go to appointments.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're like, By the way, so just to pause this whole thing, if you're wondering what's the source of this information,
Mhm.
okay, I haven't successfully grown a company to 100 million and led 100 people. Like that's not my background. Okay, but our leader, CEO Corey, he's done that, and he's managed he's managed and trained thousands of people. So this data is strictly from him and from Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
Okay, so like a lot of the some of the stuff you'll actually see at the event that you're going to in January, Raheem, and Tim, if you want to grab a ticket and go too. But anyway, so back to it. Negativity only up, never down or sideways. Okay, meaning Raheem is technically above Tim. So if you're having a bad day, you got a problem with the wife, you're like, oh man, like this I got an issue. He said something offensive. Like you never bring that. Let's say there's a sales manager that's equal to your rank. You never talk about it with them, but you could bring it to Raheem.
Mhm.
Okay. And
Yeah.
that's the challenge that you probably have, Raheem, is you have people bring you your problems, but you don't have anyone to bring your problems to. You're at the
Yeah.
top, right? Right. So like
Well, we still hear a few of them every now and then. So.
yeah. So to be frank, I mean, if you guys are cool with the non-sugar coated, very frank message, like that, like, and I'm also transitioning into becoming a leader. So I'm the director of sales, and I've learned a lot from mistakes because I'm going through a lot of like the leadership training that is actually in the platform, and it's also like what Corey's delivering, and it's like I can only consume it so fast. So I'm learning by mistakes, and I've made that mistake, right? It's like you never bring problems to people, you never bring negativity down.
Yeah.
So Raheem, you're at the top.
You take away problems. You don't give people problems, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you guys want to write this down as like on stage mentality.
Yeah.
Okay, all the time. Like your people can never see, and this is again tying back to creating the culture. It's like they can never see that you're, if they see that you're like frustrated with a rep, or like they could detect that there's a problem, like you don't want to, it's like the kids don't know that mom and dad are fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like any beef between managers, like you don't let them know that that's happening. Everything's off the floor in private. For all they know, things are great, things are awesome. Okay. And if I'm covering stuff that you're like, Ryan, like this is elementary, we know this, like just let me know. But that's just like a key fundamental as well. So, and you let the reps know. It's like, dude, if you have a problem, bring it to me. I'm here to help you. Don't bring it to other reps.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's another one, never Lambo leap. You guys watch football?
No.
So
barely.
Don't have time.
Lambo leap. Yeah, I don't have time for sports either. It's so crazy, man. This is a Lambo. I don't know if you guys can see this. So when you get a sale, do you say, okay, good job, awesome, and go get another sale? Or do you take 12 minutes to pat yourself on the back and do all these high fives and celebrate?
You do it again and again and again.
Yeah. So like when someone's like, yeah, man, I just booked an appointment, and they go, woo, high five. Dude, I'm so awesome. Did you see what I said? And he gave it oh man, I'm so good. And high five, high five. Hey man, I'm awesome. I'm awesome. Like, it's like, no, that's not allowed.
No, you shut up and get back to work.
Yeah, exactly. So that's called Lambo leaping. If you want to write that down.
I like the term.
Yeah. So it's the guy that jumps, it's from Lambeau Field in Green Bay.
Oh, okay.
So they do what's called the Lambo leap. They get a touchdown, they jump in the crowd.
I just want to go talk to Richard for 30 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
coming.
Okay. And just so you're not left in the dark, just so you know what I was talking about earlier, Tim. So what we're going to be doing is stuff like this. Corey, our CEO, is going to be delivering. Raheem got a platinum ticket. So he's going to be delivering it, and he's a guy that literally like grew a company. It's a door-to-door company.
Okay.
From nothing to 150 people doing $100 million in his third year. And he's done some specific things in the last 4 months that in an industry where the average turnover is 2 to 3 weeks, he's literally got it down to like not a single person leaving in 4 months.
Wow, that's impressive.
So yeah, like I highly recommend coming out to this event. It's going to be super cool. It's going to be in our office here in Vancouver. And anyway, just to loop you into that. But back to it. So culture. The customs, arts, and social institutions. I need to look this word up because I don't know what that means. established law, practice, or custom, right? And achievements of a particular people, or social group. It's the attitudes and behaviors. So like most of society, they blame the customer. They avoid responsibility. That's just their custom.
Right.
They, when they follow up, right? Because it also talks about the customs, right? The attitudes. So my attitude around follow-up is like, hey man, or my custom around follow-up is, hey man, just checking in. Versus, okay, our custom is you send a handwritten card. You do a Forbes mock-up. You do like all the stuff that I did with you, Raheem. Remember when I was following up?
Yeah.
You use creativity, you create a relationship. Okay. So the problem that you're facing, like if you guys have ever had the thought of like, man, these damn millennials, they have an attention span of a goldfish.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So millennials, like, it's easy to blame them, but it's not even that hard. What you got to do is you just got to understand what you're working against. Is you're not working against your competition is not Remax or the other Propzap team. Your competition is Instagram.
Yeah.
Your competition, you want to write that down. Your competition is Facebook. Your competition is CTV News. That's saying you're a victim, and we just have to wait for it's the liberals, it's the conservatives. We have to wait for this. So it's like, no matter what your people see, if they're either part of the awake or the woke or whatever side they're on, both are victims. Because because it's like,
Exactly.
or whatever I don't mean to offend anyone, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, don't worry, you're not going to offend us.
Yeah, good. So it's
we do the offending.
Yeah.
So
we're
like
every day, so yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, like it was funny because it's like it's either blaming you're part of the people blame these conservatives, and man, they won't get vaccinated. There's that whole thing. And like we're a victim. But then it's like, oh, it's the government, they're forcing us, they're oppressing us. I'm a victim.
Yeah.
So like RCO Corey, he's got this thing, he's like, winning is better than awake.
It's true.
So yeah, I digress. I forget where I was going with this, but like, at the end of the day, it's like, dude, what is your, the social media, right? So that's that's your competition, because that's what's capturing your people's attention.
Yeah.
And it's teaching them, right? Their culture is do less. It's the government's fault. Blame other people. Don't have all that. You don't have to have all that. So I have a YouTube blocker, ad block on my computer, so I don't have to watch the ads, but I'm not able to install it on my phone. And I was watching a couple of YouTube videos on my phone, and every second ad that came up, you know what it was? It was, there's this quote from Warren Buffett, and it says, everything that matters is that you're in the right vehicle. Are you earning less than $1 million a year? And it just starts just like those big pharma commercials.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes wake up in the morning and go to sleep at night? Wow, like that's me. I have that problem.
I have that. Yeah,
It's like, dude, are you earning less than $1 million and working very hard at your job, and you have to put in effort in your sales? Well, there's a better opportunity where you don't
for you.
The grass is greener syndrome.
Where you could just be happy. Yeah, the grass is greener. Okay.
Yeah, they're drowning in knowledge and they're starving in wisdom, right? It's like they know everything. You can't tell them, oh yeah, I've heard that, I've read that. And all they did was they saw a post on Instagram about it. That means, they know that.
Yeah. Now here's the real issue, right? Is it's become, especially since like 2018, like even just in the last 4 years, it's become like a lot more addictive.
Yeah.
So just to like explain, there's good news and bad news. The good news is, I'll just give you a preview of the good news. The good news is that your competitors don't have a solution that I'm going to tell you that you already have.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're not aware of this. The bad news is that if you look at what they've done is on YouTube, it's not even enough to watch like a 3-minute video of like an amazing interview with like I don't know, like Freddie Mercury just slaying it at freaking like that's not enough. And that used to be like, wow. But you know what they've done
Yeah.
is they've taken the most climactic part
Yeah.
of the 3-minute video and put it into an 8-second clip.
Yeah.
And now your people are just like, wow, a cat figure skating, and
Yeah.
wow, like this, and oh my God. And they're just so stimulated, and it's become so addicting. And even that's not enough. They could scroll while they're watching it.
Mhm.
So the average, if you look at this, average time spent on social media per day, Canada. Okay. 1 hour and 53 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's the average. For millennials, it's like 3 to 4 hours.
Mhm.
Wow.
Okay. So like you have to understand is like they've been taught a lot of garbage.
Mhm.
You know, maybe not all of it, maybe some of it's hockey highlights or whatever. It's like it's not like convincing them to be a victim. But a lot of it, it's just very subtly selling them on the wrong ideas. It's distracting them. It's making them do less. And the issue that you're facing is like that is your competition. So you have to understand is like these middle class messages. Grant's very like upfront about this. He's like, dude, you have a middle class mindset. It's a problem.
Mhm.
You know, we have him on in the background. He's running a live event right now, 10x virtual.
Wow.
So he's like, dude, you have this middle class mindset. Save your money. So you know, the penny saved is a penny earned.
No, it's not. It's a
Right?
penny. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That
You
one the
know,
other day. Yeah.
save for a rainy day. Like it's like all these things that have been perpetuated to your people
Mhm.
after years and years and years and years of garbage.
Yeah.
Right? That's held them back. And now what you've done is that tap's been on from a very young age. Like think of it as like their brain is like a pool, and that water has been filling.
Yeah.
And now you finally turn on the tap of truth, which is Cardone.
This is real life. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how things
Yeah.
are. And it's like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Now imagine they have like 1,000 cubic liters of water of like BS. And you
Yeah.
finally turn on the tap of truth. Do you
Mhm.
think it's immediately going to shift all their mindsets on everything?
No
No. So like
chance.
one of the key things that you guys got to understand is it's not going to happen overnight, but like you just got to keep on pouring it. Like get them inside of Cardone U, get them to the Cardone events, like get them to read the books. What did you take away from Cardone? Meetings on Cardone, role play on Cardone, like, and just keep and let Grant, because they're not going to always listen to me. Like my people, like it's like, yeah, a lot of them do, but they would rather listen to a billionaire who's like a celebrity, like Grant. So like, for example, like I had a guy, and my CEO did this with me when I was new. He's like, oh yeah, man, I think I should just open up and discount the price. I said, I understand. Like instead of trying to fight him on it, I just said, let's do this, man. There's a video in the program called the Price Myth. Go to the certification, beginner certification,
Mhm.
understanding the buyer, Price Myth. See how quickly I went to see. So you guys need to know the program so you could direct your team to what they need. And I want
Yeah,
you to
that's
watch
good.
this video. Want you to watch this video, and then we could discuss it.
Mhm.
And most of the time, they won't even need. They're like, "Oh, right, okay, I got it."
Yeah.
You know, so like, oh man, like I just can't, seem to be motivated. I really hope to earn 10 grand a month. It's like, dude, you got to
Mhm.
put them. Okay, good. I want you, in addition to your, videos per day, at
Mhm.
night and on the weekend, I want you to sit down with your wife, and I want you to do 2 videos per weekend. I'm going to assign you the personal finances. And
Mhm.
Grant's going to be like, dude, 10 grand a month. What do you like? Who told you that should be a goal ever?
Yeah.
So Ryan, guess how many transactions is 10 grand a month in this business with us?
Oh, like almost none.
Like two transactions.
Yeah.
One or
One or two.
depending on the price point. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's all it takes. One or two.
Yeah.
This is the potential, right? That we understand, but it seems there's a huge disconnect because the effort just doesn't seem to be there, right? To see
Yeah.
what it actually takes to do that in any industry.
Yeah. Now here's the funny thing, right? Is like if you've ever had the experience of like a point of view that you knew was a fact. It's like the sky is blue.
Yeah.
And your reps just didn't, they're like, yeah, but it could be green, man. And you were like, you're just like, ugh.
Mhm.
Like, you're just like, dude, like, this is such a huge, like, why don't you just like, here's something to just like help you understand.
Yeah.
Mainly this part. If they had your knowledge and your discipline, they would have your position.
Mhm.
So you guys want to write that down. If they had my
I
knowledge.
actually
and-
said that to somebody today. I actually said those exact words.
Did you really?
I did. I
That's
said it to Victor today.
Yeah. You said
Yeah.
that to a junior?
I said that to Junior.
Yeah.
They-
So, you know, that might be.
Yeah, that's a difficult.
You know, it depends how you said it. I don't know, like, I don't know the context, right?
No, it was a very polite way, because I was
Oh, okay.
helped him out on a deal, and then he was saying, hey, you know, you wanted, like, it was just something I said, hey,
Oh,
look,
there's
man,
like a motivating, like if you like, and you could
yeah,
get this.
like,
Yeah.
pick up these skills. If you do this with me 10 times, if you'll be in my position, if you had these skills, this knowledge, this discipline, like, I'll train
Yeah.
you to get you there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you
not
know,
in my-
like,
and it's
sorry,
like,
go ahead.
I want you to be here. I'm going to help you get there. I'm going to give you the skills. I'm going to give you the knowledge to get to that the same spot.
Yeah, exactly. So the funny thing is like, sometimes it's almost so obvious that we just want to force and just be like, dude, like, it is this way.
Mhm.
And they can't have it yet. And it's just like an awareness thing. Like, it's like you come up like the pyramid of life, there's a lot of people at the bottom. And all the way from the poor, the middle class, the upper class, and then the rich and the wealthy, right? And you guys are probably in the top 1% of income earners in the country.
Mhm.
So you're in the top 1%, and you just have to like understand where people are at and look at like, okay, like what helps get people up through. And it's just like, a lot of it is not even adding new knowledge. It's just getting rid of and debunking the false data that they have.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's something
like,
that
dude,
not to think about. We just
yeah,
focus on the positive part. And
yeah,
you're right. Yeah, we need to be aware of it in order to address it.
yeah. Like, so it's almost like you're less at effect of your
Yeah.
people. If you're ever like, oh, my people, like you're like, that's, and I watched this yesterday. So if you guys are not training on Dave Anderson leadership training every day, like flunk, like, you guys should be in this leadership training. Which did you buy that? Hold on, let me just double check.
Well, I don't know. I think we have it. I think we have management training.
I think I try and push this on every single client because I know how valuable it's been for me and our leadership and our clients. So let me just triple check. So I would
Because
assume,
I think we have management and marketing.
yeah, you have the disc plus the digital marketing. Let me like triple check in the system, because in the CRM it's saying one thing. Hold on just a second. Yeah, you have the digital marketer and the disc. So you guys should, it's $4.95 a month. I didn't even mean for this to be a pit. Like, I honestly thought I
Yeah.
sold it to you. So that's my fault for not selling this to you, because I personally, like, I watched this last night, and I was, the reason I thought of this is like, I was watching, so it's a whole training series specifically on the hardest parts of your job.
Mhm.
And, you know, I was watching in leadership development.
Mhm.
You might be a weak leader if,
Mhm.
and one of the things was like, if you're ever blaming your people, if you're like, oh, my people are this, or my people are no good, or
We were
they
just
don't,
talking about that this morning. Yeah.
they have a bad attitude. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, good, but what's in common with all your people is you. So like,
Yeah.
it's your job, it's your responsibility. And Grand is very much like, it's there's spectrums of victimhood to like, yeah, maybe it's kind of their fault, to like, I cause everything.
Mhm.
Like, nothing is not my fault. Like, dude, if I'm like, literally, if I don't know if you've read the books, but it's like almost like, dude, if I'm at a red light and someone smashes into me, like, that was my fault. Like,
Yeah.
that's another level.
Mhm.
right? Because it's like, okay, good. Like you could look at how it wasn't, but you were in the exact spot at the exact time that some idiot happened to smash into you. So what did you do?
And you don't want to be the victim. Yeah, you don't
Exactly. Exactly. So part of being not being the victim
is
and yeah, it's to have knowledge.
Yeah.
So you guys want to write this down. Knowledge equals control equals responsibility. So anytime that I don't have control over my people, I want to look for where am I not taking responsibility and where do I lack knowledge? If I raise the responsibility, it's my fault. Good, I better seek the knowledge, right? Or if I raise the knowledge, but it's still a problem, okay, maybe I'm not taking the knowledge and taking responsibility. So knowledge equals responsibility equals control, and control equals income, right? So that's what you guys want to figure out is how to scale the business.
Yeah.
I need to learn how to have a model that allows me to have control no matter how many people I get.
Yeah. So I had one question about the negativity up, not down. How do like, for example, let's say there's a concern in the business. How do I convey that to the appropriate team then?
Like, give me an example.
Like, let's say we're having a challenge with some sales reps doing this, right? Then how do you convey that, for example, me to convey that to Tim? Because usually negativity up, not down, or is that like not considered negativity? That's like just a problem or something. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, one sales rep watched 486 videos in one day. I was like,
486
in one day.
Yeah.
486.
Yeah.
486.
And then when we asked
Like,
at first,
I watched it.
He tried to justify that he was smart by figuring out a way to do it, at double, triple the speed on multiple windows. And that was it. That was his answer.
Well, anyway, I'm sure you guys know, I don't need to help you handle that. That's just asinine. This is crazy. But yeah, I wouldn't consider like, it's just like, hey man, like I noticed this, just so you're aware, we can handle it. Just a bit of a situation.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really consider that, like, if you're not really bringing negativity to Tim, it's like,
Well,
hey,
like,
thanks for letting me know. You know what I mean? So yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, that's fine.
Like, hey man, here's this situation. Let's look into it. Versus, hey man, I can't believe this guy did that. This, that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference.
Yeah, exactly. But it's also more like that rule is more applicable to
Like
let's say
complaining.
let's say like what's another manager's name?
Hassan.
Hassan. Let's say you have an issue. Let's say you have an issue with Hassan Rahim. I'm not going to bring that up with Tim.
Yeah.
Right. Or maybe like you have an issue, a personal issue. Like you're not going to bring that to your managers.
Yeah.
Now Tim, if he has a personal issue, he wants the shoulder to, that's not the right expression, but like like he could bring that up to you. That's cool. Like, so like the higher, like the senior is there to help the junior and receive any problems and anything they have.
Perfect.
Okay. Cool. So does that make sense?
Yeah. And I have a question. So I have, speaking of sales managers, I have one sales manager that's not in the office all the time. And of course, I think that's setting a bad expectation for everybody else. Do you think we keep him as a sales manager? Or do we alternate his position in some way to give him some other kind of responsibility? Because everybody's supposed to be in at 10 in the morning. He's not here. If a sales manager is not following the rules, nobody's going to follow the rules.
Yeah. Well, the biggest piece of advice I could give there, and what Corey does and what we do in our organizations, it's everything is managed by statistic.
Yeah.
So you want to write this down. Okay. People lie, graphs don't. So what's his graph look like?
It hurts. It hurts to look at.
Yeah. So like we're like graphs, we're crazy about graphs. So if the graph is down for a group of people, so for his group of people that he manages, the graph's down, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So and I'm going to look at it week to week.
Yeah.
So as soon as so let's say like how many weeks in a row has it been down?
About 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. So at week one, I'm gonna say like, hey man, like I'm gonna have a conversation, like what's happening,
Mhm.
right? And if he's like, well, you know, I got it under control. It was because this person died, and then this happened and that happened. But like this week we have these people coming back, and then we had a delayed contract, so it's going to go up this week, and then it goes up. Okay, fair enough, right?
There's accountability
But
there at least, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
but if they start coming up with excuses, it's my people's fault. There's nothing I could do. It's just bad luck. Like it's like, okay, like is that the kind of person that I would want in that role? So there's a couple things with leaders. So like Corey brought this up to me. It's like they have a downward graph. Are they missing information on how to run a team, or is it an ethics issue? Ethics meaning, so the Grant Cardone version of ethics is like how we look at it is not just like cash register ethics. Like I didn't steal anything and I went to church on Sunday. It's like, did I say I was going to do what I was going to do?
Yeah.
Did I take a 2-hour lunch and then a 30-minute social media session, or did I literally work all day? Did I put in the effort? Did I skirt certain responsibilities? So like, if he's a very high IQ person and he understands about management, he understands about sales, but his graph's down, and that's just like an ethics issue, and you just got to handle it. Now, maybe he's like a very responsible person. He's working his ass off, but he just has the wrong information. And maybe he doesn't know how to be a leader, or he doesn't know how to manage people. And that's a different conversation. But I just got to look at like what's out. And if everything's out, if he doesn't know what he's doing and he has no ethics, it's like, okay, maybe one warning and then you're out. But like,
Like
you know,
what's happening is he's putting us in a bad position, because the difference between Tim and Hassan is one of them is out on the field doing production all day, every day. The other one is in the office to help the team members. So then in the team members' minds, it's like, oh, this person's not here. They're making sales. That's the way that works.
so he's literally not doing his job.
He's not doing his job. No, he hasn't been in for 2-3 days. He's just out selling, doing his thing. So I'm thinking of
Yeah.
just putting him as a sales rep and saying, hey man, like, let's give that responsibility to somebody that will value that responsibility.
Yeah. So here's another thing that you guys want to write down is like expectations written in policy.
See, that's where we
Written down in policy.
just nailed it.
Yeah.
So you know, Corey's gonna cover. I mean, like, dude, these guys, like, he's a ninja with this stuff about policy and standards and like how to, like, it's unbelievable what he does. But like, so I'll show you an internal documents. You have an understanding. So it's like culture, right? And then you have the certain actions and expectations. You have minimums, right? And then those lead to the outcomes. So I'm going to put rules and policy on the actions that produce the outcomes, so that I can hold people accountable to the things that are in their control, that if they're just flat out missing it, then I know how to reprimand, and they know, and they have the expectations on what the reprimand is. Reprimand meaning punishment. Okay. So like, for example, and then you have policy. So you have policy for them, and then you have policy below that. So hold on, let me show you one thing.
Managers and team members.
Okay. So if no one knows, like, if I'm the Calgary Flames, the player knows, dude, if I show up late for practice,
I'm getting benched.
you know, if I do it more than 4 times, I'm gonna be traded, or like whatever. Where is this one? Yes, I had. Yes, old follow-up booklet policy.
You're posting.
Policy introduction, sales policies. Here we go. Okay. So sales policies.
Hey, Steven, it's Sean here at Cardone's office.
Policy 1, dress code.
We don't even have to. How can we get mad at them if we don't put this in?
Exactly. So if they don't know what the expectation, if you get mad at them for something you never put in writing.
Have they said, oh yeah, I've read that, I understand what that means? No, that's where we fell down, right?
Yeah. So we print this out and we have them sign it. We have them read it, ask any questions about this, any disagreements.
Have any questions? Go over it.
You know, any disagreements, bring that up to me in private. Never invite them to bring up disagreements in a crowd setting. You'll just have a mutiny on your hands.
Yeah.
So
Right.
let's say we're rolling out a new policy. We're gonna go sit down with them one-on-one and probably, or is it group? Hey, this is a new policy. It's probably
Oh, no,
one-on-one.
it's a group thing. It's a group thing.
Yeah.
So like if this applies to the sales team, I'm gonna sit down with the sales. I'm not gonna involve other people it doesn't apply to, right?
Mhm.
So for example, like let's say I have a remote graphics designer who needs to work from 8 to 5. I'm not gonna have him in
Yeah.
this meeting about this policy that you have to be there for 7. Right? But anyone that it applies to. Now, here's the thing is like, I gotta inspire, and this is another portion that I won't have time to cover today, but like you do have to inspire people and get them onto their goals and where we're going and set the mission and the vision. Like, does
And
everyone,
and whatever applies to them applies to us as well too, right?
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. If they see the leader violating the rules, then they're gonna like just, well, hypocrite, right?
Yeah.
You know, and then you have to hold your leaders accountable to like, okay, well, dude, if like, here's something that Grant told me, or Grant's director told me, is like, dude, you have to be perfect.
Yeah.
If you cough, if you sneeze, your team's gonna get a cold. So you guys want to write this down too. They will mimic
Yeah,
30% of your good behavior
and 100% of your
of your bad behavior. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay. So a lot of this meeting is like reinforcing the stuff that you knew
Yeah.
for sure, or you like under the surface was like suspecting that that was the case. That it's like, okay, this is giving you a firm confirmation. So for example, right? So late, first late, verbal warning. And we have like a chief of staff who's kind of like our ethics officer
Mm.
who keeps track of all this. So you will have to like figure out the admin side as well and like who handles that.
Staff.
I'm gonna go get him some nice tailored suits.
Nice.
Sit him at the front desk. Let him police everybody.
So here's what you don't want to do
Mhm.
is say, hey guys, here's the policy. We're putting this in place. And then you have no way of tracking it and they show up late 4 times and nothing happens and they get no
Yeah.
warnings. They get like, then they're like, all right, this means nothing.
Yeah.
They'll just like not respect you. You have to like come up with something that you're actually willing to put in place. Now we hold this pretty much to the letter of the T. The exception is if someone's killing it, if they're bringing in $10 million a month.
Yeah.
Like,
They're in the right to a bit of flexibility.
yeah, exactly. So like you guys want to write this down, like never punish an up statistic.
Mm.
Man, I know more about this stuff than I even gave myself credit for. I just had a
Yeah.
realization. So like I've learned a lot from Corey and I'm so excited for you to be here in our office and like if you like this, Raheem, like dude, you're in for like, dude, he's gonna go like he's like my senior times 10. So so never punish an up statistic. And then what was the next thing I was gonna say? Oh yeah. If John, here, let me put some mass behind this. Hold on. Where's the
Shown today.
Sick.
Gives away 2 days this week.
whiteboard?
Yeah.
So
Okay, so watch this. I have John. And he's complaining about Sally. You know, Sally's a bad influence. She never does, you know, what Cardone says, and she's ridiculous. And you know what? You know what she said? She was literally like, she literally was rude to a client. And you know what? Like, Raheem, I just want to let you know, like, this is an issue. And maybe he sounds very convincing. And it's like, hey, like he literally told a client, like, yeah, no, I don't need to send that to you. It's like, I couldn't believe it. And Sally is just ridiculous. So as a leader, I just listen, just collect the data, hear him out. Got it. Okay. Got it. Yeah, that shouldn't be the case. Got it. Let me handle it. Hey, I appreciate you bringing this to me. Now, what I'm going to do, like most leaders, the weak leader, what they're going to go and do is they're going to go and reprimand Sally.
Mm.
Can't believe that you're doing this. Okay. What you should really do is go, what are the graphs saying?
Mm.
Because what you'll find, John,
Has a downtrend and Sally has uptrend.
yeah, Sally's graph has an erection right now. And John, excuse my English. Okay.
If
Strong.
everybody's graphs were the uptrend, me too.
Okay, dude, her graph has a boner. John's got limpy dick.
It's probably very accurate.
Okay.
Said the truth.
So as a strong leader, I tell John, hey, appreciate you bringing that.
Yeah.
You know, I'll handle it. If this is the case, I'm not even going to talk to Sally. I'm just going to, hey, keep doing what you're doing.
Mhm.
If she did something like illegal or ridiculous, like, okay, fine. Like, you got to handle that, right? But I don't, but like, remember that slide from earlier, right? Where was this one? Oops. Look, don't listen. Do
Yeah,
not trust your rep's word.
yeah,
You can see things they cannot.
that's true.
If they ever say, man, like, it was just, you don't understand, it's just the industry, it's just the economy, like, I don't buy any of that. Like, I'm gonna look at the data. I'm gonna look at graphs. I'm gonna do I might have to investigate. I might have to ask some other people, but I'm gonna be like a detective and I'm gonna figure out what's really going on before I just react off of someone's word. I never do that.
Mhm.
Okay, so never punish enough statistic and always like look at more like of the bigger picture of what's actually going on, right? And then, you know, if the graphs are the opposite, I'm gonna get the other guy's side of the story and see what's occurring.
Mhm.
But anyway, back to these, like, we have stuff on so incomplete training. If you miss training 5 times in a month, you don't work here anymore.
It's half the sales.
So,
Yeah.
you know, but maybe that you're not as harsh with this, or maybe you're more harsh. I don't know. But like, you just have to come up with something, and before you put it in writing and give it to them, like, actually think with like, okay, am I actually going to be able to hold this accountable? Am I going to be able to track it? Who's going to track it? Will I actually terminate someone? Is there a contingency to like where they wouldn't? Like just think it fully through, because the last thing you want is to implement a policy and then you're like, well, I really don't want to fire that person, but it says that it's supposed to be fired. Now I'm in a weird position. Now they think I'm full of it. I'm not carrying out what I told them in the policy. You know, even down to like what time to show up, what we do,
Hey,
Saturday trainings.
can I
Yeah.
ask you a question? Are you guys 100% commission, or are you salary and commission?
When we started, it was 100% commission. Now we have a bit of a salary, but hopefully that's a fraction of income.
Did anything change when you guys, like, were there some structural changes there when you guys went to salary versus commission?
We were contractors, but the way what I'm teaching you
Yeah,
applied, like a lot of business owners and leaders have this consideration of, oh, my people are contractors. It's like, it's the most ridiculous excuse ever. It's like, dude, do you provide leads for them? Do you have a company that supports them? Are
Yeah.
they part of your team? Like, it has nothing, like when we switched from contractors to employees, it changed nothing as far as policy, accountability. The only thing that changes our pay, that's it. And our benefits, I think. And the way instead of getting 100 plus 5%, we got like, the tax was different.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So, yeah, like policy. So like, this is just scratching the surface, guys.
But the expectation was exactly the same. They would come in, do this stuff on commission when it was 100% commission too.
Oh yeah, if they miss training, they don't work here.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're still when they were contractors, they were still on commission.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Same expectation. Yeah.
like, dude,
They
don't even
can't use
have.
they can't use the
don't-
excuse, so we're not paying you, so it's the opportunity they're paying for.
Yeah, you are
We're
paying
spending
them.
time and energy resources on them.
No,
Yeah.
but
What do leads cost? What
we
do
heard
you
from
know?
yeah, you're right. I agree 100%, but we heard from an
Yeah.
employee yesterday suggesting the opposite. So just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah. So you need to like handle that person and be like, dude, like you gotta sell people. And that's the other thing is, so you guys need the leadership training. Because I need the leadership training.
Yeah.
And if I'm able to teach you guys some stuff, I'm like, dude, I know I need to watch this stuff 5 times.
Yeah.
And I'm modest about it. You know, my team could overhear me on this call right now. Like, you know, like, hey, like you guys are, I need to teach you guys as salespeople. Like I'm also learning as a leader. I'm not going to bring that up every day. Right. You don't want to show too much weakness, but like, it's like, dude, I'm working on stuff too.
Yeah.
You know, even our CEO, he's like, dude, like I went from sales rep to manager to director. Now I need to learn how to manage 2 companies.
Yeah.
It's a whole different skill.
All
You know what I mean? Like, dude, that's crazy. The CEO hat. So there's different hats, right? Sales hat, manager hat, director hat, CEO hat, and owner hat. And so I highly recommend getting on this. The cool part is it's not $495 per person. It's $495, and you can put however many managers you want on it. So it's just $495 extra per month. And we could add that on for you. And I'd recommend, so Raheem, you're going to buy your ticket, and I recommend getting as many leaders as you can out to this event in January. Tim, would you be open? And I don't mean to put you in a spot, so I don't know, whatever you guys decide to do, but would you be open to coming to Vancouver and learning about leadership?
I'll consider it.
Okay. And then Raheem, do you want to talk after about that leadership thing, or what are you thinking?
Which one?
So the Dave Anderson leadership training program.
Yeah. Give me till tomorrow for that one. It should be good to go anyways. We'll figure it out here.
Okay, cool. What were your biggest takeaways from today, guys, or questions?
Just basically what's to summarize here, being a leader should be a spectacle. Your people should see the good, not the bad. Coach them individually, in private, and then praise them in public. And just set the expectations, make sure everyone's following the expectations and that they sign off on it, and punish anybody that's not following the expectations, with some exceptions of people that are absolutely amazing performers that have earned the right to their flexibility.
Well, and that ties into the, managing by the graphs, by the numbers, right? Rather than, we tend to get tied up in all of the other stuff that is involved, right? Because we buy into the individual's world, right? And everything that revolves around keeping them, because we're hopeful, right? Ideally, we want everybody to succeed. And we have that mindset. But yeah, management comes back to the numbers, right? Because we're hurting them if we're not pointing out the things that need to change and helping them do it. It comes back on us.
Yeah, totally. And you guys have graphs for everything?
We're working on it. We have graphs for calls, follow-ups, appointments.
On Mondays.
Yeah, so like we have a system, right? So it's not always like, let's say their deals is low, like their TCV is low. Okay, but like, good, I'm pounding appointments and I'm pounding dials.
Yeah.
This guy did 600 dials last week, right?
Wow.
And he was on the phone for, that's 4 hours a day.
Wow.
So like, or if this graph is down, but my sales are up because I've been out chasing contract and I've been getting contract after contract, and I'm on all these signing meetings, right? So the graphs tell a story. It's not just like binary. White and black is what I mean by that. Some Karen is in the background. What did he say? I heard binary. It's not white and black. You guys are cool with the not politically correct.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, you'll see when you meet Corey or him. He's it's fun. You'll like it, man. So it's a story of like what's occurring, and when you run your one-on-ones, you don't run it based off of, hey man, how you feeling? Like none of that. It's like, dude, like, so this graph was down. What's happening?
Yeah.
What's literally occurring? This is the result. What's happening? What can I help you with?
Yeah.
I don't let them lead it, and then we just look at the numbers. And like, same thing for a customer, like putting numbers in front of them gets them out of their head. Like same thing for a rep. It's like, oh man, but I've been crushing it. It's like, numbers is the numbers, bro.
Nope, that's fair.
Yeah. What any other questions for me?
So far so good. Gotta implement this stuff first.
Okay, cool, man. I'll send you over that email with the information. And then Tim, what's the best number I could shoot you a text in case you have questions for me, man? I'll shoot you my contact.
Yeah, sure. It's 403.
Yeah.
830 9021.
9021. Dude,
Yeah.
if you ever have anything come up, got a situation, you want to know where do I assign my rep something? Obviously you guys have Vanessa, and she's like the specialist as far as like how to handle reps and training and what to assign. And but like, you know, if there's ever anything that I could do, I'm here for you. She's here for you. And then my last piece of advice, guys, is like when you watch the sales process, so do the manager training, but also do the sales training and know the content, like get out ahead of your people in the content. Man, I'm a leader, I don't have time. Like it's going to be very tough to handle their time objection on training if you're not in the program training. And when you get out ahead of it, I could have, oh God, no, this guy in price. Like, okay, dude, go in, price Smith, watch video number 1. Like I can't do that if I don't know the content myself.
Right.
And going through will also, like when you guys go through the sales process, you could watch it from the perspective of selling your rep on a point of view, not just selling a customer. So like you greet, hey man, how's it going? Like put them at ease in the greeting. Like, listen, man, like
Yeah.
do what Grant says, fact find, like where do you want to get to, man? Let's put all the stats and the policies aside. Like, where are you trying to get to? Are you trying to, you know, go on a trip, you're trying to get a new house? Like, okay, good, man. Like present, like, here's what I think we should do for you. You have put you on this accountability trial close. Like if this actually did get you to that house and your goals, would you be willing to, for the next 2 weeks, just go all out and do that and fall in line?
Yeah.
And just watch it from that perspective. So that'd be my parting words. I appreciate you guys.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, let's talk soon. All right.
Okay. Take care, buddy.
Thanks,
Thank you.
man.
Okay. Cheers, guys.